A fan asked me to solve this. Welcome back to my channel. This is an easy algebra question, but it can also be tricky if you don't know how to go about it. So the question says we should find the value of x. Alright, now first of all, looking at this, how do we bring down the x? How do we even go about it? Now I want you to note that this can be written as 6 to the power of x multiplied by 1 minus 5 to the power of x multiplied by 1 is equal to 11. Now 1 can be anything. It can be 2 over 2, it can be 3 over 3, it can be 4 over 4, and so on and so forth. It can be anything. So I will decide to use 2 over 2 because my target is to get difference of 2 squares from those two numbers. So I'll write 6 to the power of x multiplied by 2 over 2 minus 5 to the power of x multiplied by 2 over 2 is equal to 11. So we have 6 to the power of x over 2 multiplied by 2 minus 5 to the power of x over 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 11. I've not changed anything, have I? Please hit the subscription button, turn on the notification bell if this is the first time you are seeing this channel. Give us a thumbs up, yes, if you love what we are doing. If you don't, we are open to corrections. Please tell us what you think we are not doing perfectly well on the comment section. Thank you so much, and let's continue. So, recall that a to the power of m multiplied by n is equal to a to the power of m raised to the power of n. So that simply means that we can write this as 6 to the power of x divided by 2 raised to the power of 2 minus 5 to the power of x divided by 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 11. Now, remember that a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b multiplied by a plus b. Now, we pay attention from here because the decision we are about to take now is actually going to affect the results we are going to get, whether we are going to get the right one or the wrong one. Now, if you look at this, you can see that in this our case, that a squared minus b squared is equal to 11, and 11 is a positive number. What does that tell us? That tells us that a squared is greater than b squared, because that is the only way we are going to get a positive result, right? All right. Now, that simply means that a plus b is greater than a minus b. As simple as that. Okay, now having established this particular these things that I just said, then we can go ahead to consider one thing again. 11 is the same thing as 1 multiplied by 11 is also equal to 11 multiplied by 1. Okay, therefore it simply means that 6 to the power of x over 2 all squared minus 5 to the power of x over 2 all squared equals 11. If I should write this as 6 to the power of x over 2 plus 5 to the power of x over 2 bracket 6 to the power of x over 2 minus 5 to the power of x over 2 equals 11. So I should write this to be equal to 11 multiplied by 1. Yes, because this is supposed to be greater than this. So it has to be 11 multiplied by 1 and not 1 multiplied by 11. Now, having made such, if this multiplied by this is equal to 11 multiplied by 1, it simply implies that 6 to the power of x over 2 plus 5 to the power of x over 2 is equal to 11. And 6 to the power of x over 2 minus 5 to the power of x over 2 is equal to 1. Now let's call this equation 1 and call this equation 2. Having done that, we can subtract, right? Or we can add. Anyone you do is going to definitely remove something for us. So let's add. Now, if we add, we are going to have 6 to the power of x over 2 plus 6 to the power of x over 2, which will give us 2 times 6 to the power of x over 2. Now, don't say, for example, a to the power of m plus a to the power of n, okay, is not equal to a plus a raised to the power of, okay, that's the same thing, raised to the power of n. This is wrong. All right. So a to the power of n plus a to the power of n is equal to, they share the same factor, which is a to the power of n. When this divides this, we have 1 plus. When this divides this, we have 1. So this will actually give us 2 times a to the power of n, and not a plus a raised to the power of n. All right. Okay. Now, having said that, because some people make that mistake, you can say that this will be 2 multiplied by what? 6 to the power of x over 2. All right. Now, this plus minus this will give us this minus this, which is 0. So this and this will go, is equal to 11 plus 1 is 12. All right. Now, we have 2 multiplied by 6 to the power of x over 2 equals 12. Dividing both sides by 2, we will have 2 brackets 6 to the power of x over 2 divided by 2 is equal to 12 divided by 2. Now, 2 we remove 2, we have 6 to the power of x over 2 is equal to 6. Now, remember that a to the power of m equals a to the power of n. If a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, now it simply implies that m is equal to n. Therefore, that simply means that, you know that this is same thing as 6 to the power of, sorry, my phone tripped off, I didn't know. Now, I have this equals this after dividing this and this by 2. Okay. Now, 6 is same thing as 6 to the power of 1. Then I stated this exponential law that says that if a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, it simply means that m is equal to n. So that simply means that x divided by 2 is equal to 1. So we now have x divided by 2 is equal to 1. All right. Now, if we decide to do cross multiplication, x times 1 is x, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we have our answer. Now, let's verify. Is this actually true? Let's verify. I prefer that verification because that is the most interesting aspect of any video I ever watch. Yeah. Prove to us that your answer is correct. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 6 to the power of x, which is 2. Minus 5 to the power of 2, is this actually equal to 11? Now 6 to the power of 2 is 36. 5 to the power of 2 is 25. Is this equal to 11? So you can see 6 minus 5 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1. So yes, our answer is correct. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.